quarterfinals or best of 7.
I mean, this is a who is the better TNT waifu, you know?
Yes, we definitely have.
People have taken camps on both sides here. Who is the better command
I don't
player?
personally pick a side in this particular battle because Bellafide is the only husbando you need.
All right, Chip from Space immediately going out with the Toads, Fox, and Balloons here. Here we go. Game starting right away as ArbuzBudesh will pick up the Badger for himself as well as the Balloons. So the Balloons are going to be the prime pick for this match.
These players know something that I don't.
Well, I do know this is a funky as all hell map. This is a swamp of a map here right now. Chip from Space in the south side.
It's really bad for Chip. He doesn't have that much space to build warrens. He has to build his warrens out on islands in the swamp unless he secures this forward position very quickly.
I mean, he has some room to build his initial warrens, but if he wants to be...
Yeah, he always have those 4 to get those 4 initials.
I mean, he could try to wrap around the back of his base and build up there. Like, that's a good place to build a tier 3 if he wants to see
it would take forever to reinforce, but yes, that is true. It's a very good place to hide a warren.
In this meta, you don't really seem to reinforce tier 3.
Yeah, tier 3 doesn't get reinforced. It would delay the timing, and it would like appear at an awkward spot in the map, perhaps. We'll have to see how it plays out. Let's talk about what's actually going on in the game. Both players going for 8 farms. Just no questions asked. Gentleman's agreement.
And no mole play coming up from either side for this game here, so they're just going to go for the full economy value here for both sides. So nice and slow battle here. I think they see the map, and they're like, this is a very bad map to rush on.
Yeah, Chip grabbing a very aggressive mill, although Arbuz is grabbing some lizards already. Not sure if Chip is able to defend this, or is he might just be posturing. He has time. He's gonna sell it.
I'm just curious, like, what he wants to do with
that. He needs to claim some land to have a chance in this game. But against these lizards, these early fights are going to be a bit tricky.
He definitely should probably bring his toads up very, very soon once he scouts out those lizards, and there they are making their way forward, and he has to sell that mill. He has nothing to defend too much right now, or... No, he's going to keep it! Oh, he sells it, never mind. At the last moment, he just decides to sell it off. And his squirrel stays alive, so no loss yet on either side.
Just some warning shots. So this is where Chip...
Arbuz will be the one who takes the first expansion this time then. Takes it off to the side, to the right. And
running his lizards around, posturing a bit.
Well, we were talking. Chip went for the early
he went for the Falcons. I was trying to say it earlier, but it's fine. His unit choice for most of the game, like for a while, is going to be 2 squirrel warrens, a toad warren, and a Falcon warren. And you can already see Chip is floating quite a bit of food, as is Arbuz, because he's just been running around his lizards. This is where Chip has to do something. Yeah, so like, he's building toads on an island in the swamp, which is kind of fitting, I suppose.
He's just trying to find anything, just some land.
And even if he claims this forward mill, which is going to try and reinforce with a balloon, which is a fairly solid play.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure he has the land to build.
He still doesn't have that many good options for warrens, whereas Arbuz can just place down as many tier 1s as he wants, really.
I mean, once he grabs this one, he'll definitely have some more room to the right side of the map here. It'll start to open up.
But it's still quite vulnerable.
It is, but I mean, you work with what you got. I mean, Chip is stuck in this swampy area for a good while.
Definitely have to work with what you get. And Chip is adapting fairly well. I would have liked him to push for territory a bit earlier, rather than trying to claim these mills. And he's going to have to fight forward, place forward warrens.
Now, Arbuz has also gone for Falcons himself here, so definitely adding onto that firepower also gives his units a bunch of advantage. He's actually going to wrap around to the left side of the map here. Going to see if he can try to go for any sneaky attacks, but
he'd force Chip to sell the forward Falcon Warren. It's a really bad angle to attack into at least, so Chip has that going for him. Yeah, but again, he's forcing Chip to reconsider his Warren placements, and that's getting Arbuz ahead in army value right now. Allowing him to put down
he's putting down the Badger Warren as well. He knows that Chip's going to take some time before he attacks, so might as well use this as a time to get that tier 3 up and going.
Yeah, and if the Badger can come in from the east side, by the time it reaches those balloons, it'll be fully wound up, and those balloons will not last very long against an angry Badger.
Why he put the balloons so close together.
Because Arbuz was posturing on that side, and looked like he was going for an attack. I would like Chip to relocate one of his balloons, but we'll see.
Yep.
Might be going for another one. There we go. That's a nice one.
Yep, there it is. Putting down on the right side over there. just covering all sides as much as he can here.
It is
Getting that
at least for Chip. It's a really good balloon map because of all this water. Then again, the Falcons don't really care about the water, so
yeah, no real way for Arbuz to actually attack into it. And both sides do have the Falcons going for them, but you can see Arbuz has such a giant squirrel army. He's also going to get the Badger out in about 20 seconds too.
So this is going to be Arbuz's Badger timing versus Chip's economy gamble, and if these balloons are going to be strong enough. And I think the Badger plus 4 Falcons soon and a bunch of squirrels is probably enough to punch through.
Especially
but if
because
the fight is in a bad spot, we might see Chip pull ahead.
I mean, Chip has 3 warns worth of toads. He really is worried about Arbuz swarming the ground defense here, but the Falcons can just fly over the toads. Don't have to worry about them. He's actually going to go in from 4 right now to the attack, but the balloon is up already here right now. ChipFromSpace trying to make his attack. His toads actually come around to the sidelines, but it's not enough there. The losers are taking it up, but the Badger is fully wound up.
And
that's it. That's game. He can't do anything about this.
Yeah. I would say that's a map victory. Because Chip didn't have enough options, and he had to, like you say, work with what he got. But he didn't have a lot to work with.
And it makes me wonder why he felt safe enough to go for so much economy that fast.
It was a gamble, I think. I don't think he was necessarily feeling safe about it.
Well, right now, Arbuz
he'd claimed enough territory. Like he'd claimed all the territory he could get his hands on.
And Arbuz puts himself one step closer to that grand finals here, putting himself on the board 1-0 against Chip. And Chip, he's looks like, ooh, he wants to go artillery?
Well, it could have made a difference in the last game, but I don't think it's a good idea to look back at the last game and think, oh, if this is the same map, I need these units. All right.
Well, this one definitely much flatter and much less water than last time here. Though game number 2, ChipFromSpace to the south side, ArbuzBudesh to the north, and once again Arbuz putting that Badger in his pocket. Very nice little pickup he's been using throughout this tournament. It's been working very well for him.
Chip can at least build as many units as he wants on this map. We'll see if this time for economy again.
He has all the room he can use.
But so does Arbuz pretty much. So at least that won't be an advantage for either player.
Now, my question is, do you think Chip will try to go for an earlier Fox timing this time, since he has space?
Maybe. I don't think it was his. I don't think his plan last game was to go for early Fox, because he went for double Falcon at first. Was forced to sell it, then eventually went into Falcon Ferret. So, if that's his game plan, then it would feel like more tier 2 is sort of his favorite over a tier 3. But last game we didn't really see any fights until the final one, and now Chip went for 7 farm squirrel to have a shot at defending this high ground expansion. Excuse me.
Arbuz going to try to put his units out as quickly as we can, getting the lizard and squirrels out as soon as possible. But that mill is going to be built, and Chip will have some units to defend for the time being. So be very careful. Actually, cuts a lot of Arbuz's territory. He has not a lot of room to build.
Yeah, Chip recognizing that this high ground is kind of crucial. If he gives up control of this high ground, Arbuz has a really good staging point for attacks. He does sacrifice the farm for it, so has to be careful.
He's going all in right now, trying to get the balloon down, but Arbuz is trying to make his way forward, trying to see if he can fend it off. He is going to be forced to sell the balloon.
Only squirrels, yeah, that's not going to work. And now Chip is going to lose that mill. He was forced to sell the balloon, I believe.
Yep.
And now in 7 farms, he's going to try and get 1,000,000 squirrels, but I don't know if that's going to work.
He loses the mill and has to be very careful how he approaches here.
And this Warren is exposed, so Arbuz can just poke at it with his squirrels.
And Chip just doing the best he can, but he's fighting from the low ground. He doesn't have much high ground vision here, and Arbuz just chipping away at Chip here.
Arbuz even takes the mill retreating a lot of low health units, which is great value at this stage in the game. And Arbuz has had this 8th farm for most of the game, whereas Chip has been chugging on 7.
This 7th farm.
Now he's down an entire tier 2.
That missing farm could be the end of Chip's economy here. He's trying his best to catch up. He puts on the 8th farm, but he is so far behind in army count now. Arbuz is already putting down a tier 2 warning himself.
Chip's getting some free damage against this. There's no toads yet, so these lizards are owning Chip's squirrels.
He has to retreat them every single time he wants to go for an attack. It's literally a hit and run situation for him, but the lizards are so fast, and now Arbuz gonna get the balloon down as well for free. He can't, Chip can't possibly attack into this. He's gonna try to go for it, but it Toad's out in front. Don't get your explosions off at all. Nope, and Chip, he has his own balloon down, but it's not enough. He has no units to defend.
Okay, Arbuz is gonna pull back, regroup. He has high ground vision. He can snipe.
Falcon is up.
He's sniping whatever comes out of that Warren.
Uh-oh.
This is, this looks like a 2-0 for Arbuz, and then Chip's going to be one game away from going to the lower bracket.
Oh my gosh, the Falcon just firing.
Arbuz, this really nice control by him.
Warren there, and Chip just trying to work his way around. He wants to find an opening here, try to find some breathing room here, but Arbuz is slowly choking him out. He's even building farms on that hillside, so he basically moves his entire base forward so far up ahead. And Chip just can't get out. He can't catch a break here. Arbuz just poking his way in and out with the Falcons coming from either side, just chipping away at each of these Warrens here. And Chip has to respond to this by putting his units out here to defend.
Apart, but whenever he goes forwards, he loses a unit to the balloon, and he can't quite kill these Falcons.
The Falcons are just almost untouchable at this point. He just pulls them back to heal them up. He just goes for another attack, and Chip. Warren health is just so low right now. Again, the attack
trying to get a balloon, but it's come on.
The Toads do get their market, but another lizard's coming in. There are no Toads to fight the lizard. The lizard just swarm on in, and that's game. The bait with the swirls there will close
Chip
it out, and Arbuz
going for another gamble, trying to secure the high ground there, but it's just not paying off. He's going for these risks, I feel. Like delaying his 8th farm to try and secure a high ground and failing because a balloon just doesn't work that well against tier 1. I feel like there's no synergy between his picks and what he's trying to do in the game.
I just don't know what Chip is thinking right now at this point. He's been going for these gambles, you said, but they're not paying off so far. Arbuz has just been playing a very solid game.
I feel like Chip has kind of meta-gamed himself into a corner with Arbuz. They seem to have played like hundreds of games. They're now in some awkward spot with a meta that no one else plays.
The fact that they both pick balloons is really strange and indicates to me that they have played a lot. Because no one else is really picking balloons.
Yeah, I think Chip should just go for the standard meta everyone else plays right now and just try to win with that, because Arbuz doesn't perform that well against normal strategies.
Right, we'll see if Chip can bring it back and stay into the upper bracket.
And Arbuz immediately sticking to his guns right now. It's worked out for him for 2 games in a row. Chip also sticking with his guns though. He's going back to the same build, it looks like. Although he might... Oh, wow, he's changing things around. He's going for Lizard Pigeon instead. Balloon's still going to stay, though.
Yeah, the balloon just doesn't work for Chip in this game so far, whereas Arbuz in this last game we just saw, the balloon was instrumental in securing just a point that his Falcons could retreat to. We'll see if Chip locks this in. Very similar to this.
He's thinking about this one really hard right now, because at this point he's thinking to himself, like, is the balloon really working out for me? I played against Arbuz so much, so this balloon thing is really important for me in this game, but so far this pick hasn't been working out. Arbuz just keeps getting the advantage in all of these timings here. So just thinking what he wants to do with it. Looks like he's gonna stick with it. Here we go. Game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Chip to the south and Arbuz to the north. Again, a short distance from each other. So
and again, there's this central high ground. Arbuz has a slightly easier time to access. Map generation has not been in Chip's favor in this series.
No, it has not.
His decisions have also been suboptimal, I would say. And Arbuz has been playing well to capitalize on any advantages he does get. So there's a lot of bases to the east, which will probably be completely ignored, but they exist.
Can he do this one? So far, both sides going for standard farm builds, it looks like. Going for the 7 farm, maybe even 8 farm timings here. So, going to play this one out very slowly.
Looks to be 8 farm for Chip.
Both sides literally neck and neck right now. They're pretty much on the same speed, although Chip will get the 8th farm first. Chip will get the 8th farm first as he's queued it up.
Arbuz is a full 15 food later. That's not a difference in food.
Yeah, nothing. They're literally tied right now. Not
Chip
much.
is going to have about 3 food over Arbuz, which is not. The lizards from Chip will kind of beat out these early squirrels, but Arbuz, there's a mine, so Chip doesn't have the units to deny this yet, so this mine will go up uncontested.
Now he's gonna force to use his first lizard to play Minesweeper just to take it out.
He can still run around it though. No, he's gonna try and trade.
He wants.
Oh, and Arbuz sells one of his
he denies.
mines.
Oh, what?
That's really good for Chip. He tried to. I think he sold the wrong mine by accident.
Okay, then now he can deny this mine for realsies.
Okay, this is good for Chip. This is good for Chip. He's
no
gonna deny one of a Warren here.
units for Arbuz.
He's trying to focus the squirrel, but the Warren is too fat. The Warren is too fat. He was trying to kill. No. Okay.
Okay.
Good for Chip though.
Probably should have focused fire the squirrel, but
he was trying to, but the Warren was too big.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Chip's commander was on top of the squirrel, but the Warren I think took priority because the squirrel was still on top of it. Okay, Chip, he can kind of keep minesweeping here, but whenever he runs his lizards forward now, he will run into a volley of squirrel fire. And Arbuz has secured his position with mines, so it's now up to Chip to... Okay, he's gonna get a balloon for vision, which is probably a good idea.
And also try to keep Arbuz back. Arbuz not going to attack into this one quite yet. He knows that Chip has a lot of units to attack into, so he's just going to hold high ground here. He has nice little defense. He has a bunch of warrants for fast reinforcements. He's surrounded himself with mines, so he knows Chip won't attack into him quite yet. But that balloon will now be up right now. And Arbuz
Arbuz going for his own balloon. Yep. So looking to go for like a standoff here. And the problem for Chip is where does he expand if Arbuz gets this balloon in its position up? This toe is just okay. Does get a mine. That's good.
Yeah. So he is doing his best. He's gonna get the ferrets out very soon. So the ferret warren currently still building at the moment, but he's gonna get that long range pressure and try to force Arbuz into a bad situation. But again, Arbuz has that balloon up, and the ferret not gonna be able to do anything to that balloon. So he has to be very careful with how he uses it.
I think there's still angles that Chip can. Yeah, he definitely has angles to poke at some of these warrens. And Arbuz can get these expansions to the east, so maybe I was wrong and they will come into play.
Just very
okay,
far
ferret.
away.
Okay, very good. So this ferret is going to start denying mines.
Oh, okay.
And can hit the
Arbuz. Arbuz going straight for the badger.
Okay, but this time Chip is already pushing forward, and ferrets actually have 25 HP, so they can survive 2 balloon shots.
Yep. So it's actually too far away for the balloon to hit. The ferret has longer range of the balloon at this point.
Yeah, and Chip is going to run around it and poke at more of these warrens. This is really good for Chip.
And Arbuz is going to try to defend here.
That's whatever. And a balloon out in the open isn't all that strong. Chip should know this. This is really tense. The badger's a bit delayed. It is going to start building now, but Chip already has a fox on the way.
Well, Arbuz has no mines on the field. He actually also takes out the base with the rest of his toads. So that's another warren down.
Okay, I think Chip may be waiting for his fox now. The warren is going to finish soon. He will start building it right away probably, but the badger is about halfway done, so there will be a good timing for Arbuz.
And we've seen the fox versus badger plays, and the fox usually wins out because the amount of damage you can do against the badger.
Yeah,
and
but
right
there's
now,
still
Arbuz
a timing that the badger can use here.
There is about a 15-second window, I think the badger has. 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah, with the time it's going to take to walk, it's going to be like 15-20 seconds.
Yep, and right now Chip going to be continually reinforce the center
really
map, make sure there's a giant wall. The badger now coming down as well. Both sides are trying to dodge the balloon shots here, but Arbuz, he's going to move his way on forward right now, and Chip is going to respond to toad explosions. Do get their marks up, and they get rid of the lizards. Arbuz go hit the badger trying to wind up its guns. The toad's going in left and right.
So
Chip has to be very careful though, but he has the fox out. He has one more hit. One more hit. The badger is down. And now Chip has the advantage here with the fox, going to dodge his way in and out of the field. He now has that short distance to reinforce. The ferret's also in the backlands attacking here. Now they have to make sure to take down the balloon. The balloon's now exposed.
Chip has the tier 3 advantage, but both players are on 4 farms, so Arbuz has the balloon still, which is going to come into play. It's going to deny.
Chip needs to attack that balloon somehow. It's the only thing preventing him from moving
lizards. Only 4 lizards. It's going to be really scary to attack into this.
And he doesn't have the farm. He might actually have to sell off some warrens.
He could sell a toad warren at this point because Arbuz has primarily squirrels. This is. Both players have to make some really important decisions right now, and it might. Okay, he's going to rush forward and try to take out.
He has enough lizards, but will be enough here. Yes, the balloon is gone. So now the ferrets in the fox can now fire for free, but the lizard on Chip's side are going down. There's a lot of squirrels on Arbuz's side. They're bearing their way down, trying to chase down the ferret. On the
I like
ferret
this from Chip.
is going to be going down, but the Chip is going to walk around with his Fox instead, trying to choke out the units one by one. He does successfully do it. And now he's
Chip
going to
sacrifice his ferrets in order to win that fight, and I think that's the right play. He should go back
right
and
now.
sell.
He's just going to put his Fox here. That's it. No more farms for Arbuz, and the Fox going for the last farm. He just wants to live with some grace here.
Going right back into it. Be quick, be quick.
Okay, Arbuz, he wants revenge here.
Really good decision from Chip near the end.
Yeah, Chip with the great Fox timing as well, and just defending just long enough, and just making the decision to sacrifice the ferrets to allow his Fox to get rid of the rest of Arbuz's units, which is a great play from him. And Arbuz had nothing. He was going to starve because that one Fox just take out all the farms, and there was nothing to stop him.
Yeah, the Fox proving to be...
Oh my gosh. Chip.
Might have been because of the timing.
Chip, are you going for the artillery?
It might be artillery. Because his balloons have not been that strong. I would agree swapping out the balloon. But...
The artillery could be a different story, but it's a lot of food. But if he's able to hold on to it, he can actually fight off against Arbuz's large tier 1 army that he really likes to have.
Arbuz is probably smart enough to switch into mostly Falcons if he does see artillery.
It's going to depend on what the map is going to be and how they're going to play this one out.
So Chip, reconsidering his strategy, both players went into the unit selection right away, but are now taking their time. It seems Arbuz is ready to go. But...
Yeah, Chip, he's currently on his way back on the board, putting himself up 1-2. See if he can tie it up and take it to a game 5. That could be entirely possible. Still, he's thinking about that one thing that could like tie up his entire army all together right now, and he's foregone lizards. The lizards, I feel, really helped him out in that last game because he was able to quickly respond to a lot of Arbuz's attacks. But right now, it seems he's foregoing them for squirrels. So
Squirrel Toad kind of wins out against lizards if both players. Oh no, if Chip can control it properly. But we'll see.
The artillery is picked. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for what could be an exciting game number 4. The line is drawn on the map. Chip from space in the north and ArbuzBudesh to the south.
And this time the map, I would say, is pretty even for once. So it's good. It's good to be.
Possibility of Chip attacking through the water, or is that too slow?
It is far too slow. There is so much water here. Like it's possible, but I wouldn't do it without like flying units.
I mean, Chip does have Falcons. He could go for it. You can see Arbuz wading his way through the water and sees that there is an opening here, a little opening.
Yeah, there's some sneaky paths. We could see an economy game because there is unlike the previous games, there's no clear middle high ground to contest. So we'll see. We might see a bit of a slower game, and I think in a slower game, Chip might have the advantage because of the potential power of the artillery.
It all depends where he puts the artillery. There are several places that he can actually put the artillery to get the attack onto Arbuz in this game. So plenty of opportunities for Chip to use it. Both sides going for the 8-farm war and timing. So this
pick up the litter when it comes to
expansions. It's going to be a slower game.
Yeah. And Arbuz is going to go for the lizards, Chip is going to go for the squirrels, so Chip will probably have to add in toads to be able to just survive the early game.
I mean, it does feel like Chip, Arbuz is reading the map pretty well. He realizes like how far he has to walk around with his units in order to get them going. So he wants the lizards out first to just go for any reinforcements in case Chip wants to go for any early attacks.
Both players planning ahead with their warren placements. Arbuz is going to get this mill, Chip gets his warren in the front, so he can get the mill in the back and the mill in the front fairly easily.
Just trying to reinforce the position here. I mean, again, there's still the option to attack from through the water, although it is a very slow attack, so it probably won't be too much of a factor here.
And against lizards, you don't want to get caught in the water, I don't think. It just sounds way too painful.
And we are going to see
the mines.
Advancing up just a little bit. The mines are going to be scouted out, as you said. And he might have to play some Minesweeper, but Arbuz might not let him do it.
Both players stockpiling some food, so... Okay, Arbuz is going to go for a balloon, which is going to get really good vision.
Chip, what are you waiting for? Is it okay? He's just gonna go for it. I thought he was gonna go for an artillery there, but
Yeah, I think
Just
the mill
straight
here is
guns.
good, but I wouldn't place any farms on this mill because he does have the one in the back as well. Up.
the balloon is gonna go up from
Doesn't wanna leave
Arbuz.
it.
Just be very careful with how he pushes up here now. The balloon's up on high
Both
ground
players
here.
just securing
But the territory is going to be cut, so Arbuz does know he takes that mill. And gonna have to decide how he wants to go on through this. Neither side going for a tier 2 or tier 3 quite yet. Still focusing on this really early game so far.
Arbuz
And
did go
Chip
for 2
just-
farms.
Chip is massing up on squirrels right now as Arbuz is going to work on his economy game. He is finally going to go to the Falcons though.
Oh, there's the artillery from Chip.
Okay,
And it's on the
high ground
grounds.
artillery, do your work. Is Arbuz going to scout this out?
Yeah, he sees it with his balloon because balloons have ridiculous vision. Arbuz knows
Alright,
it's there.
he wants
but
to
I
attack
don't
it right now.
think
He's
he can
watching
fight
stuff to
into
the south
this.
of the artillery. He wants to attack it, but can he attack? He's just chipping away
Oh.
thanks to the vision.
Chip's
It's-
army is a bit too strong, I think.
Oh, here we go right now. The toad's going out. The lizards are going
Very
for
good
Arbuz's
toads.
side. And now Arbuz has to back up right now, but Chip is following
Yep.
close behind, taking out as many squirrels as he can. And that artillery is guaranteed. Arbuz is going to have a hell of a time attacking
Oh,
to
the
Chip now.
taunts. The taunts.
Oh my god.
But behind this, Arbuz has had these 2 farms, and he has tier 2 now. And the Falcons are completely unaffected by the artillery, so we'll have to
But how
see
do
if it really comes into
How
play.
do you push into this then? Because if you're all
You
the
can
tier
avoid it.
1s get wiped out.
He can just
Your
run
Falcon is
to the he
exposed.
can just run through the east, and I don't think he gets hit.
All right, we're going to see a bit of toad play coming out from Chip.
There's
Gonna
some
minesweep his
Minesweeper,
way
but
through it.
it's a bit expensive.
Oh my gosh, the
okay,
mines
there we
just
go.
get denied.
That's
Can't
good
put
for
mines.
Chip. That's good for Chip.
All right, now Chip, finally start putting down some farms of his own. Arbuz is still going to be ahead in the economy game right now, but
And Arbuz is going to
Chip-
start adding on more and more Falcons. But if Chip catches onto this, he has the perfect counter in the Fox.
he has so many squirrels too. Like just 21 squirrels on
21
the field.
squirrels is quite a bit.
You don't want to attack your Falcons into that ball. I mean, there was a reason Squirrel Ball was a thing way back when.
Yeah, but Arbuz's economy lead is really strong right now, and he still has he can get a 3rd base. We just hit the 5-minute mark. Chip's on 8 farms. Arbuz
Is
is
he
on
going to go for the Dead Bones base? He's going very far out into the water to the right side of the map.
It would
Oh,
be
he's
good
gonna grab
play.
it.
Or he might,
He's going to
he's
grab it.
just
He's going to
scouting.
grab it.
Okay, nice.
He grabbed it.
And that means he could place balloons there at some point, but Chip's 1st base is already mined out. I don't like how Chip hasn't grabbed the base in the back
base,
yet. He needs that.
I think. He's just a little
Because
worried
these-
about the front. Doesn't
He
want to attack
can't-
too far back.
He can't get these farms in the front, so he can't stay competitive with Arbuz in terms of
Arbuz
economy.
is just grabbing all the mills he can right now.
Yeah. He wants to go for a Falcon play, I think. 'Cause he's going for
Chip.
6 now.
Yeah, Chip though has his own Falcons at play here, so you can see Arbuz what he's trying to
He
do
can't
here.
win the arms race. He doesn't have the economy. Even if he has these squirrel numbers, like, it's gonna be really difficult. Okay, now Chip's gonna go back and grab that base.
So both sides go ahead and grab.
Yeah,
territories as much
Arbuz
as
definitely
they can.
grabbing that base to the east as it's probably gonna be paying off big time.
Yep, he's going to get a huge swing in economy with that. Plus the 8 farms he's already started to farm out here on this first expansion. So Chip from Space needs to start thinking about his economy now. He knows that Arbuz is not doing much, so he has to think about he could just be going for this Falcon play right now. 5 Falcons, 6 Falcons already up on deck, 4 more to come very soon. Chip
Yep.
needs to start thinking about his late game now.
I don't know if Chip has managed to scout all of these Falcons yet. He's gonna run up now and see about 6 of them, but there's more on the way. And
has
he
to
doesn't
know
have the
that
food for a fox for a while, unless he
has to
sells
know
squirrels.
There's a giant Falcon army coming.
And meanwhile, Arbuz is just getting economy left, right, and center because Chip has confined himself to this artillery.
Yeah, the artillery, it looks like a blessing for him earlier on, but right now it's starting to give him the mindset that he's going to turtle here right now for the time being.
It's
And
the artillery secured him 5
oh,
bombs.
he's going to go for the artillery right now. Here he comes with his giant army
Yeah,
of
Chip's not in
Falcons here,
position.
9 Falcons,
That's
and the
dead.
artillery just melts.
Boom. 1 Falcon down for Arbuz. 2.
He's trying to chase out the Falcons here, but here we go. Arbuz swinging from the side with his squirrels here, and Chip has to escape. There's too many Falcons, too many squirrels to attack into right now, and Arbuz's Falcons just tearing their way through into Chip.
Yeah, that's Chip doesn't have the units to defend
That's
this.
it. That's
Arbuz
game. He has no
has-
units to
yep.
defend here. The mill is gone. He's trying his best to get his squirrels out, but the squirrels are just too slow right now. And
Chip is
Arbuz
nothing
is
left.
just chipping away at him. This could be
I
it.
wouldn't call this
Arbuz,
chipping away.
Arbuz
This is just powering through.
Arbuz has just gotten his ticket into grand finals.
Really convincing game from him. He just